So I was told three things would happen if a black man became president. The first, that pigs would fly. We had swine flu. The second, Mexicans would be running back to Mexico from America. The economic downturn saw that. The third thing was that hell would freeze over. Well, my ex-wife did just die, and she was a cold-hearted bitch. And I saw Satan shopping at Burlington Coat Factory, so it looks like we're 3 for 3. As for me, I was happy that Barack Obama won. On November 4th, I was chanting, yes, we can. On November 5th, I was chanting, no, I can't. Why? What can't I do? I can't play the race card. And that hurts me. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not right. You shouldn't play the race card. But you guys don't understand. This is out of necessity. It has nothing to do with hate or malice or racism. It's a tool. Like stealing. It's harmless. Like punching somebody in the dark. No harm, no foul. I was in Starbucks the other day and I saw a brother, he was waiting in line, he was reading a newspaper about how all these jobs are hurting everybody, but he was reading about how it's hurting African Americans even more. And I heard him say, man, the man's keeping us down. And a white cat turned like, you're the man now. And it hit me. I was like, that's true. I'm the man now. And I started to think about it. I was like, man, I remember back during the 90s, there was always this news about the first black directed movie, the first black sports organization, you know, the first restaurant that was owned by an all black family. And it was like all these firsts, and it was all these news. Now, as far as black people are concerned, our news is about done. There's like nothing else to report anymore. I mean, tomorrow we could find a black Superman that flies up into the sky and punches a comet. It'd be on page 11. It's like, yeah, black man threw a rock and did something. Who cares? We got a black president now. I mean, you can't take credit for anything. I mean, I kind of like the praise. I mean, at least for me. Honestly, when it comes to equality, I think that how you know you're equal is when someone can look you in your face and just say, you suck ass. Doesn't matter if it's a black movie, a Hispanic movie, or anything. I want someone to just come out and be like, this shit sucked. But on the other hand, I like the fact that whenever I did something good, I could go and say, hey, I did this. You could go out and say, hey, I graduated with honors. And people would be like, wow, that's a great achievement. But now they're like, we got a black president. I don't care what the hell you do. And that's the problem. That's a big problem. When I was growing up, I would go to Lincoln Park in Chicago and play ball. And after a long day of playing, I'd go looking for a place to get something to eat. Now, of course, I had no money, and I was a horrible thief at the time. One thing I discovered, though, is a lot of people had a lot of family reunions. So I needed to get in on that action. I mean, there's a lot of good food going on. So what I would do is I'd find a black family, and I'd go up there and I'd start eating. And, you know, if they came and asked me anything, you know, I knew the right things to say. They'd say, little boy, who are you with? Oh, I'm with Cousin Titi. Uncle Boo, yeah. See, there's always a TT or a Boo, so you'll never go wrong with that. I once had a lady come up and she's like, where's your mama at, boy? Who is she? And I was like, and you had to be quick. So I had to think of a name. I realized anything with Mika would come in handy. La Mika, Tamika, Samika, Lavika, it doesn't matter. Something will work. So I had to be quick on my feet. Batwika? Oh, Batwika, yeah. Oh, well, come on, boy, have some food. And I was in there. And then I had to expand because sometimes there wasn't a black family available. So I'd go over and I'd see a Hispanic family. And, you know, I'd walk up and start eating. And they'd come over and they'd like, boy, who are you? Oh, mi amo, Jose, ¿cómo está? I learned just enough Spanish to get enough to eat, you know. You know, by the time I had a couple of tacos in me, and, you know, I had to exit because I was all out of Spanish words. I mean, how many times can you count 1 to 10 in Spanish before they figure out that you're faking? Now, when it came to white people, I learned that most of the time they didn't say anything. I figured maybe they were scared of me. And I was skinny at the time, so I figured they probably thought they were helping the impoverished youth of the city by allowing me to have some of their food. But every once in a while, somebody would come up to me and they would say, who are you with? I'd be like, oh, I'm Mutombo, the African kid that was adopted. See, this was before Madonna and Angelina Jolie was out buying up all the kids, so this was normal. Oh, you're Margaret's son. Yeah, Margaret, that's right. I love Mama Margaret. That's all it would take. It was easy. See? Necessity. Race card, necessity. Now I spread this out into my teens. I was a delivery driver, worked for Chicago Style Grill on the Gold Coast. Pretty good tips most of the time, pretty good. And I was really good at it. But every once in a while you'd run across somebody who just didn't want to tip. And in that case, you had to take measures. One of the things I would do, I'd go up and I'd give the person the look. You know the look. It's that look that says, I'm going to date your daughter. Nothing scares white people more than a big black guy saying he wants to date your daughter. I guess that's one thing about having Barack Obama I love right now. You know, I go out and someone asks me, so, what are your intentions with my daughter? Oh, well, I'm hoping to make another president with her. Now, if that wasn't enough, I would lean in real close to the person, like as if I was going to whisper in their ear. But then I'd look past them into their house and say, y'all sure got a lot of shiny things. And that would scare the hell out of them because they thought I was casing the joint to come back later with my friends. Bam! Insta-tip. Once again, playing the race card. No harm, no foul. I mean, come on. Right, guys? Am I right? Now, as an adult, you know, I had to act as an adult. I had to put away childish things. I had to grow up to extortion. Now, in this case, I worked at many places and pay was okay, but I knew that the evaluation, that was the time to make the money. So I'd be sitting there with the boss talking about just any old thing, and what I knew how to get my boss riled up so that he wouldn't focus on the fact that I actually didn't do any work was hit him with a conversational trap. What's a conversational trap, you say? For guys, let's say you're sitting at home and your wife comes in and she opens the door and she looks at you and she says, honey, what's different about me? See, guys, you know, any answer you give is the wrong one. If you say something like you lost weight, what? I lost weight? You think I'm fat? Doghouse. Let's say you guess it right. Oh, you changed your hair. Oh, yeah. You guessed it on the first try. What, did you hate my hair so much that you would just die for me to change it? Doghouse. You see, you can't win. And I played that up to my boss. But of course, I threw the race card in. So I'd be sitting there talking with him, and I would just throw something out of the bat. Don't you hate it when black people are allowed in the movie theater? Then he'd get all shocked about, and he wants to shake his head in agreement like, yeah, but he can't because he's afraid that I'll sue, which is exactly what I was going for. It did kind of backfire on me, though, because after a few years of this, year after year saying disparaging remarks about black people, one day we were just talking, and he blurts out, damn it, I hate those darkies! Now that I think about it, though, it really wasn't a bad turn of events because I got an awesome severance package.